clear, go. Let's reload. Okay, Mr. Gong, let's wake you up in the cold. Woke him up. Oh, we're out of ammo, at least those two mags. Hey everybody, Hickok 45 coming to you with an SDP Sphinx. Yes, it is. Imported by Chris. We appreciate them sending it to us. And we appreciate Sphinx sending it all the way over from Switzerland. Because the last time I was over there, I didn't see any of these. This is an interesting pistol. It's, I can't hear myself in my ears. There we go, now I can hear myself. It's made in Switzerland. And as we all have come to know, they make some good stuff over there. They have a way with machinery, it seems, and precision. And if you don't know much about Sphinx, they are a company well known for their competition, pistols. They really are. They used to make, well, they still make them, but these $2,000 and $3,000 competition special operations type firearms. You've probably heard about them. Well, guess what? I happen to have one of those here too, and we're probably not going to shoot it in this video, but we might do some action with that. Who knows? This is one of their $3,000 pistols. It's the 3000. I think they run between, I don't know, 2,700, 29, 3,000, just depends. Can't find them at Walmart though, so they're not widely available. This belongs to a friend of mine, happened to have one. Very involved with the company and very familiar with it. He's had that a long time, so we may take a look at it later. But that is one of them, and it is a competition target pistol, more or less. Same basic design, maybe a little more handwork, and just more goes into that particular one. But the reason I wanted to show you that is that's where these come from. That's the ancestry, so to speak. In about 2010, I mean, they've been making those for a while, through the 80s and the 90s and early 2000s. They got into making, I think, that one, the 3000. But in 2010, they teamed up with Chris and went to work on developing a more affordable model of their pistols, because they're very, very expensive. But now, unlike some firearms that are very expensive, you won't find anybody, I don't think, who claims they're junk, they're not worth it, why they have them overpriced. You won't hear much about that. They are incredibly precise pieces of machinery. They really are. And they're able to maintain a lot of the precision and that quality by cutting and changing some of their manufacturing techniques and cutting some of the more expensive things out. Like this is polymer, has a polymer lower grip and that sort of thing. Whereas those come with stainless steel or titanium frames and all this kind of thing. But you still get that feel of that extreme precision. Let me take it apart and show you. It's basically, what they're doing is, through their different models, the competition models and these, they basically, it really represents the evolution of the CZ is what it comes down to. And you'll notice the similarities if you're familiar with the CZ. So to take it apart, you just line up, double check, triple check. It's totally clear. Because I always feel a little bit odd the way you really need to grab these things. You line up the two lines there, see, and you sort of need to grab the slide, and your hand in front of the muzzle and all that. I don't like that. But then you just push out the pin, so you end up pointing it yourself and everything else. There's easier ways to do it. If you're more coordinated than I am, maybe, then you push off the slide. And that probably looks familiar to you. See how your rails are full length, and the slide goes down into the frame, CZ style, full length, both the slide and the frame. So that obviously cannot hurt when it comes to accuracy and consistency, reliability. Maybe a lot of firearms, even my beloved Glocks and the XDs and many of the firearms, they just have a couple of 4 places where the slide actually contacts and hangs on, or the frame hangs on to the slide, here, and I mean, they do fine, but this is a kind of a departure from that, isn't it? So If you notice, very nice machinery on this, just like on the competition models, those $3,000 models. It's just very well made. The machining, the rails, you know, doesn't appear they have sacrificed anything. These slides are made from a single billet of steel, just milled out. Just nothing but quality. I tell you, this firearm feels like quality. When you look inside, you know, same thing. You've got kind of an aluminum alloy upper part of the frame, and then you have polymer on the lower part of it, so it makes it a little bit lighter. But it just seems to be put together really, really well. So let's stick him back together. Like I say, they teamed up and went about trying to make a firearm of that quality for less money. And obviously you have some things you have to sacrifice, but it really is a good feeling pistol. I was prepared, again, not to like it too much, I think. And I brought it out here and shot it the other day. And I thought, whoa, that's pretty cool. And when you take it apart and you work the slide, you can just feel the quality. And when you fire it, and you notice that trigger, it has a double to single action. So first pull, you know, it's double. And of course, after it's cocked, you've got a single action. The single action pull is really nice, really nice. And the double is not too bad. I think it's supposed to be 8 to 10 pounds. And but it's a smooth 8 to 10 pounds. It's not, you're not having to really tug on it, and it doesn't stack. And then when you get to the single action, you know, the reset is just right there. Very short reset, really shootable pistol. Although this is more of a range gun, it's more of a duty pistol. You know, in fact, the SDP stands for service duty pistol. So, and I've got a holster here. I did my do-all holster here, my Glock 30 or whatever it is, Don Hume, and it tends to fit in it. So let me load that one back up, and we'll just shoot a little bit more. We're let's see, now this is Winchester white box. I have tried 4 or 5 different types of ammo in it, and it seems to feed everything. I don't think I've tried Winchester white box, but that's what I stuck in here. And it has a reputation for accuracy, reliability, all those things the Sphinx line is known for. Again, they're not known for being cheap, and by any definition of that word. Price-wise, you know, craftsmanship-wise, or whatever. We use that word a lot of different ways. This gun sells somewhere, depending on where you find it, between, I think, between $1,000, $1,200, $1,300. Just depends. That's the price range on that one. And like I say, and that's down. That's getting the price down to a reasonable, semi-reasonable price point from their competition models. So, but they've specialized in, like I said, competition guns, law enforcement, firearms for, you know, special operators and that kind of thing. Almost their entire firearms making existence, and they are widely known, especially in Europe, and highly respected. The competitors in Europe, many of them use the Sphinx pistols. Generally considered to be the best gun you can get out of the box. Yeah, I've seen that phrase, and boy, I'd have to say that one definitely is there. And this one is a nice version of it. It just has a slightly different objective, I guess. It's more of a duty pistol. Okay, you've got a kind of a curved trigger there, you notice, and it's smaller. About the size of a Glock 19. Brought it out just to show you. We don't have to do a lot of measuring and stuff. It's just about the same size and thickness, length, grip, and everything. So it gives you an idea. Most of you know a Glock 19 or a Glock 23, and that's about the size of the pistol. And well, let me shoot a couple more times. It's 25 degrees again. Here I am out here doing a video. Gosh, you guys, I just hope you appreciate it. Me out here enjoying the elements for you. Let's put it in my left hand here and shoot something like that thing right there. Wonder if I could hit one of those pots lefty style. Nice. Nice. Oh boy, it feels good. Wonder if I could hit that one left-handed. need to do that more often just for practice. I'm shooting 115 grain ammo, so obviously, even though it's a high quality firearm, doesn't give any more power, does it? That sort of has to do with the software, not the hardware. The bullet being the hardware or software. There was something else I was going to tell you about it here. Oh, I know what it was. If you take a look at it, they got metal sights on it, okay? Whereas many guns like this have polymer. You got little adjustable screws there. You can loosen and move it around or replace the front sight. You can get night sights for it. Some of the models come with night sights. They have a compact, they have a subcompact. This is the compact. They have a subcompact. They have a standard full-size model in this. What else? You have, of course, your decocker right here, and it's ambidextrous. Got it on both sides. Brings the hammer down. You notice when you use the decocker, if I pull the trigger, the hammer completely embeds itself in there. But if I use the decocker, I actually have a little bit of it showing, and it has a serious serration on it there, and you can grab that and cock it without any trouble. Not that you'd want to rely on that. You know, I mean, you're going to, okay, I'm going to draw this pistol and cock it and fire and you know, outshoot Wyatt Earp or something. But, you know, if the situation was that you needed single action and you could get to it pretty easily, that's a pretty nice feature. You can switch around the mag release and make it ambi. You can replace this back strap. Let's see if I have this box open. It has a couple of those, okay? You can put a smaller one in or a larger one in and that sort of thing. I'll point that at myself. It's this polymer down here. This part is an aluminum alloy, high-tech aluminum alloy, and then of course you got steel slide. So it's fairly heavy. Another thing about comparing it here is, so you'll know, it's probably not going to be a really popular inside the waistband carry gun. It could be, but the Glock weighs 6.5 ounces lighter than this gun. I just put them on the scale and they're empty, and so it's got a little bit of weight to it, despite the frame and the polymer and the alloy and everything. So 6.5 ounces more, and I think I forgot the exact weight, but it was 6.5 ounces more than the Glock 19. All right, but man, it's a sweet shooter. Like I say, I was pleasantly surprised. That single action trigger pull, I'm going to try it on the red plate, and I may not hit it. If I don't, I'll blame it on the cold. But you just feel like you could pick it up and hit anything with it. So now I prepare myself to miss. Okay, I'm going home. Video's over. Let's see. I am home. What am I talking about? Okay, straighten up. There we go. I tell you, if you hold right on it, it's going to pop it. I think I see a 2-liter hiding behind that old cinder block mess over there. Let's see if I can pop that. Well, what do you know? Did I hit him? I know what it is. He's frozen. Like, duh. There you go. Oh, man. I'll try that little pig. Let's try the chicken up there. Oh, I'm feeling frisky. Of course, they're probably frozen in their tracks. I hate that. Sometimes you'll hit one and it doesn't do anything. I have a hard enough time hitting one. I need to have it fall. I need feedback. I don't know if I touched it or not, I can't tell. Let's try some other things. Oh, that trigger's nice. I really like that trigger. Let's go gonging again. Boom. Boy, I tell you, that is sweet. Both of these firearms, when you work that slide, It's just as smooth. You know, the tolerances are very tight. You know, the CNC machinery they use on these and the way they're fitted, it just really feels good. You can tell you have a quality firearm in your hand. Now you may not like it for various reasons. You may not like the trigger, or you might think it's too heavy. It'd be a little heavy for me to carry. You know, this gun might be made better, quote unquote, in some ways. This Swiss made, you know, piece of hardware than that Glock 19 over there. But you know, that's the thing, that's the decision people have to make. I would carry the Glock 19 before this because it's lighter. I like it. This gun might be more inherently accurate. If we put them both in a vise here, locked them down, it might very well shoot a tighter group over there on a piece of paper at 80 yards. It really probably would, I'd guess, I don't know. Again though, standing and shooting, offhand in almost any fashion, you don't really get that. You know, it doesn't do as much for you. But again, it's a well-made pistol. And it's very accurate, and because it is, I'm going to shoot a little bit more. Got 2 more mags loaded. They sent me some extra magazines. I think they have watched a video or two and have seen my shooting addiction. Let's put it back in this Don Hume holster. It's not really designed for it, but it kind of fits. Okay. So, I mean, you could carry it, you know. A lot of you think I make too big a deal out of weight anyway. There we go. Let's see. What do we want to do? We want to draw. Let's cover him up, and then I will fish him out of there. And I will engage these bad guys that are about to get me out here. Let's see now. Did I make it hot? Let's check it. I did. I'll get that round in a minute. Always want to make sure you're combat ready before you go into combat. Does that make sense? There we go. Boy, it feels good. I should not have left it cocked. All right. Should have decocked. When you got a decocker, you want to use the decocker. I'm gonna go double action this time. First draw. That thing feels good, I'll have to say. I don't know what other lies I can tell you about it. It's just a pretty nice pistol. You know, these are not something you're going to see, you know, at your local Walmart or maybe even your gun shop, because they're not that plentiful yet. I guess they will be, but quite an interesting gun. Like I say, it's evolved from those really advanced, incredibly well made competition, you know, guns, the 2000, the 3000, and you know, it has a lot of those same features. If I took this slide off and took that slide off, you'd kind of see the rail. I mean, it's made the same way basically, and they have managed to partner up with Chris over there and get the cost down about 60% or more on this particular models, to where it's something that the average person could at least consider. You know, now the average, quote unquote, you might not be in the market for a $1,200 pistol, but then again, you know, as I always say, you know, before you know it, if you buy a 1911, there are people walking around, what I'm trying to say, who just laugh at people who would pay $2,500 for a pistol, or $2,000 for a pistol, or $1,500, but yet they themselves might have bought a 1911 and they put some night sights on it, and then they had a little work done on the trigger, and they got an ambi safety, and they did, before you know it, they've got $2,000 in that gun, you know. And so those are things you always, you know, have to think about. It's like souping up a car. You know, it doesn't take long to get a lot of money in something, and sometimes you can get a firearm like right off the line that might have a lot of that will work just fine for you. So one thing I didn't mention, these serrations, I like these. One thing I don't necessarily like, I mean, it's a feature, it's a plus for the CZs and for these guns, is to have that slide down in the frame the way it is. Helps make the bore axis lower and makes it accurate and all that, but you don't have as much of a serration to grab, you know. And so it's nice to have them up here on this gun, and they're sharp. they're really nice and sharp. When you grab those, you really, you know, does the job. Yeah, no problem with that. If those were not sharp, I would not like that at all. And then the decocker, you gotta get used to the decocker now. You remember you got one of those, like I forgot a minute ago, you know, when I was drawing there. And you'd want to, when you cock it, you know, decock it, and then you're ready to go. Okay, you're combat ready. You would not want to put that in your holster like I did by mistake there. Okay, so learn from my stupidity. Okay, we'll blame it on the cold and my brain. But nice pistol, really nice pistol. Just a matter of whether it fits into what you're looking for or not. I like it, and I shot it about 2 different days. I shot 3 or 4 magazines through it. And then what I shot here, and we shot quite a variety of ammo, and you know, no problems. They're not supposed to malfunction with almost anything, and they apparently have a hard time working themselves up to a malfunction. Nice pistol, may not be what you're looking for, but Sphinx, you know, was one I was not all that familiar with. I've learned a lot about them in the last few weeks, and they are well made. Coming from Switzerland, are we surprised? Life is good.